So many of us dream of being entrepreneurs and owning our own business, setting our own hours, working from anywhere. And we often think that we have to build something up from scratch. But the fact is, you can go out there and buy your own business or buy a business that someone else built and step right into it. And that is exactly what Tim Emery did. He is the owner of Invest Success, a hands on house flipping coaching business based in Denver. And Tim stepped into another person's business as a buyer, but he did that with creative financing, so he didn't need a lot of cash. So, guys, welcome back to the Live Off Rents podcast by Spark Rental. As always, I'm your host, Brian Davis. I am on a journey alongside of our members to reach financial independence, build passive income streams. Our investment club gets together every single month to vet different passive real estate investment deals and go in on them together. So it's a collaborative process, and we get to talk to a lot of real estate experts, like our guest this week, Tim Emery. So, Tim, tell us about how you bought this business without much cash and how this all unfolded for you.
Well, thanks, Brian. I really appreciate you having me, and hopefully everybody gets something out of this podcast. My story is that I was built a property management company, residential real estate property management company with a friend of mine. Um, I didn't have any ownership in it. I was working as an employee, but I was doing basically, we built it from scratch. So we did everything together. But there was a point where I was getting to the point where I wanted ownership, and unfortunately, things weren't going to work out. So the way I developed the property management company, I found a networking event in Denver that happened to meet at 7 a.m. on a Saturday morning, which, this was 15 years ago. I thought was crazy. I couldn't believe somebody would do that. So I went to this networking event, and I walked in the door and there were 60 people there, and they were friendly and nice and talking about deals they had and looking for, people and looking for vendors and everything. And, the first person I sat down next to asked me, "What do you do?" I said, "I'm a property manager." She says, "Oh, well, you manage properties in parts of town I don't want to go to." I said, "Heck yeah, let me know." Next thing I know, I had 10 of her properties, bought her a fiveplex as a realtor, managed those, and really grew from there. The guy that was running it was a guy named John Fisher, and he had started in 2005. He had started a networking and coaching business because he had spent $175,000 on big gurus that didn't teach him anything.
Right.
So he decided to start and build this. So he was doing that. And then I started going every month for the next 5 years. 2015, John got sick. He came, his last meeting was like June. He got really sick, and everybody thought it was just pneumonia or something like that. And next thing you know, in September, he passed away. We found out he had stage 4 lung cancer.
Oh, wow.
They didn't recognize it. He had never smoked a day in his life. They don't know how it happened, but he unfortunately passed away. So right after that, I saw an opportunity, and I didn't know if I could do it or not, but I met with his right hand guy, and at that point, I just wanted the Breakfast Club to keep going because I wanted to help my property management company. Well, after I sat down with his kind of right hand guy, I said, "Are you going to buy this?" He said, "No, I'm not going to continue it either." I said, "Really?" And I said, "Okay, what's going to happen?" He's like, "I don't know." So I said, "Well, do you mind if I call John's widow and kind of look at what he has and what's there?" And he said, "Sure." So I called John's widow. This was probably about 2 months after he had passed. And she's like, "Yeah, here's all his stuff. Here's kind of his numbers and stuff." And I said, "Well, I'd really like to buy this and continue this and really keep John's legacy going." And she was ecstatic. So I said, "Well, would you, if I offered you $20,000 in a royalty situation, would you take that?" She said, "Sure." So $20,000 later, I gave her $20,000, and I paid her per student when I got a student in a royalty situation. I didn't pay her in a monthly mortgage type situation where sometimes you buy businesses and you say, "I'm going to pay you, $3,000 a month
Right. Seller
until X."
financing. Yeah.
seller financing. Instead, we did it as a royalty to a certain point, which made it a lot easier for me because there were some months at the beginning when I didn't have any students. And at the beginning, I didn't have any money to pay her. So it was really nice and worked out really well. So now I bought my own business. I have a lifestyle coming to you from my home office. Drove my kids to school today, this morning. He's got to be picked up here in another hour and a half. Go pick him up. Go to the my daughter's soccer game, Saturday, her practice tomorrow night. Yeah, I've got a lifestyle business that I love and I can manage, and I can do it all from my house, and it cost me $20,000.
God, I love so much of that. I mean, we watch TV shows, about, these like unicorn startups that are trying to, cross the $100 million mark or something like that. But you don't need to do any of that stuff as an entrepreneur. You don't even need to start your own business. You can step into a lifestyle business that lets you set your own hours and simply lets you afford the lifestyle that you want, without necessarily working 40, 50, 60 hours a week. Get to work on your own hours, your own location. And I love all of that. And I love that you mentioned how, this was really about solving a problem for you initially. And so much of entrepreneurship is about solving problems, even your own problems. I mean, you just wanted the monthly breakfast meetings among investors
Yeah.
to keep going.
Hmm.
We started our co-investing club because I wanted to invest in real estate syndications with small amounts of money myself. So often these entrepreneurial ideas just come down to you trying to solve a problem that you're facing in your own life. And one final thing that you touched on that I just wanted to highlight is that everything in life is negotiable. Yeah, you can negotiate anything, even buying a business, in how the payment is structured. Is there a down payment? Is there seller financing? Are there royalties or commissions paid? How is the seller being compensated? It's all negotiable. So guys, go out and light the world on fire with your own business, even if it is a small mom and pop lifestyle business that you buy from someone else. Tim, in 30 seconds or less, how do you help people and how can people connect with you?
Yeah, and Brian, I just want to bring up one other
Please, yeah.
point to this. I didn't reinvent the wheel. So John had written all these classes and all these courses. I didn't have to do that. The business I bought isn't that hard to build. I could have done it, but it would take me 2 years to put that material together. John had all that material done already. All I had to do was tweak it and tweak it to my style. So that's really important. Because rebuilding these things is hard. And if you don't have to start from scratch and just get right into it, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, you can
So,
step into existing business systems that are already set up and running.
yeah.
Love that.
So in 30 seconds, my name is Tim Emery. I am a local mentor coach in fix and flipping here in the Denver area. We teach people how to find it, fund it, fix it, flip it, and do it over and over again. And then really learn the basics of real estate investing so that after you figure out how to analyze deals, look at deals the correct way, you can go to people like Brian and Spark Rental and know how to analyze those deals, and you can find those deals and bring them to Brian. And that's the type of stuff we do. So if you're interested in more information, www.invest-success.com is the best place to find me.
Awesome. Well, Tim, thank you so much for coming on today. And guys, if you enjoy these quick conversations that we have here on the Live Off Rents podcast, please rate and review the show. It makes a huge difference to us. And on that note, we will catch you next time.
Thanks, Brian.
Wondering how private equity real estate investing works? We get it. A lot of investors are put off by phrases like private equity or real estate syndication, but these completely passive investments are actually a lot easier than buying properties directly, buying properties yourself in your own name. So we offer a free 40-minute class called Hack the Rich, 7 Secrets We've Learned from Private Equity Real Estate. There's not even a sales pitch at the end. We'll show you how to invest in these on your own without any help from us. So go to sparkrental.com/hack to take the free class. And we can't wait to chat about your questions.